Well, good evening, everyone. David Molko with you on this Tuesday as we take a live look at downtown Portland from our Wells Fargo sky camera as we anticipate our first real dose of rain to bring an end to a stretch of January that has been unusually dry. Chief Meteorologist Matt Savino tracking that in your first forecast. Hey there, Matt.
Hey, David. Yeah, the clouds rolled on in today. It's kind of a normal January day, the likes of which we haven't seen very many of. But here come the clouds. Interesting looking pattern there as these mid-level clouds came on in. Looked like a little bit of altocumulus maybe, which is kind of fun to see. So yes, they've been thickening and they've been lowering and they're going to bring us rain. But last night it was still clear. So it got cold. 27 in Vancouver, 30 in Portland, 38 Troutdale, 28 in Hillsborough. But we're done with these mornings with sub-freezing temperatures. Certainly on the west side and the east side lows will warm up too. 8 in Burns this morning. We won't see numbers like that again as the clouds have arrived. And so is the rain, at least in Salem where it's 43. And there is light rain falling, and it'll soon be in Portland if it isn't already. In fact, it's edging into the southern and western part of the state, just cresting the West Hills right now. So yes, it is going to be wet. It's not heavy rain. It's not substantial rain. It's certainly not going to cause any problems for anybody, but hey, at least we're getting a bit of a shift in the pattern. You can see it's extending from Washington down into Northern California there as well. Let's talk about the dry weather that we've had, though. There's been no measurable rain at all in the last 16 days. You got to go back to the 11th of January, the last time we had any measurable rain, and it was only a couple of hundredths then. In fact, since the 7th of January, there's only been 0.03 of an inch of rain. Incredibly long dry spell for us, or mainly dry spell. And our January rainfall is only 50% of average, with, of course, the bulk of that coming in the first week of January. We had some pretty good rainfall back then, but really nothing since then. So showers return tonight. We get more rain tomorrow, and it will be warmer. We'll be staying above freezing. We'll let you know what that means for the mountains in a bit, David.
Oh, we're definitely due for a change. Thanks, Matt. Our top story this half hour, a disturbing discovery in northeast Portland where authorities say they found the remains of a man's deceased mother in his refrigerator. Catherine Cook reports.
It's definitely shocking. I mean, yeah.
Madeline Bacon just learned what brought police and the coroner to her apartment building near Northeast 28th and Halsey last week.
It's unsettling for sure.
According to court documents, Portland police found the body of a 104-year-old woman in a refrigerator inside Richard Vineyard's apartment, noting the woman was his mother. Court documents say she'd passed away January 19th and that Vineyard told police he'd planned to keep her in the refrigerator to conceal her death as long as possible. He told police he wanted to collect both his and her Social Security payments to avoid being homeless.
Definitely just really makes you think about like the state of the world and what everybody's going through, that people are that desperate, you know, and that was the best option, you know, that was maybe the only option in order to have a place to live or something, you know.
Court documents say police learned about the alleged scheme from Vineyard's brother, who reported it, triggering a welfare check.
Catherine Cook reporting there. Developing tonight, Amazon has announced it plans to close its branded brick-and-mortar grocery stores, impacting about 70 Amazon Fresh and Amazon Go locations nationwide. The company is saying the customer experience was not unique enough to be profitable on a large scale. Amazon says some of the locations will be converted into Whole Foods. The company added it's also testing new physical store experiences, including a store within a store concept in Illinois that combines Amazon grocery and Whole Foods markets. Beaverton-based Nike reportedly announced layoffs Monday, mostly at distribution centers in Tennessee and Mississippi. That's according to the Oregonian. In all, 775 jobs will be eliminated. This comes as the retail giant tries to claw back sluggish sales and streamline its operations. Well, tonight, new research is showing more people are becoming homeless in Oregon, even as shelter capacity grows. Blair Best spoke with those fighting to stay housed and others searching for stability.
And this corner, all the people coming looking for work.
Every morning.
All week.
Starting at 8 o'clock, this man waits on this corner of Northeast Portland.
It's very cold, but everybody need work.
He's a day laborer, hoping to be picked for a job.
Landscaping, roofing, clean house, everything.
On a good day, he'll make $160, he says.
I want to support my life.
And not end up on the streets.
Right now I have 1 month no working.
Homelessness continues to rise. A new PSU study shows Oregon added just over 3,000 year-round shelter beds in the past 2 years, but more than 27,000 people statewide remain homeless, over 16,000 unsheltered. In Multnomah County, nearly 7,000 people are living outside, like Dallin.
Well, it's clear that there's more homeless people.
Over the last 2 years, Multnomah County saw the state's largest increase in people living outside, nearly 3,000 more. It also added the most shelter beds, 859. Still, Dallin prefers his old school bus to a shelter.
A lot of people won't go to shelters. A lot of people don't want beds. A lot of people don't want to put themselves in close, in such close quarters.
Researchers say economic instability and a lack of affordable housing are driving the rise in homelessness.
Yeah, the last time we were in an apartment, we were just drowning in expenses.
What this man
I hustle.
is determined to avoid.
I want to work. I don't want the city support me.
Blair Best reporting there. Well, in an update tonight, federal transportation investigators are revealing new details and recommendations in the wake of a mid-air collision between an American Airlines jet and an Army Black Hawk helicopter near Washington, D.C. 1 year ago. At a hearing today, the NTSB pointing to a number of factors, including overwhelmed air traffic control, failure to alert the jet's pilots about the chopper, and a history of missed opportunities to reroute helicopter traffic.
There is no singular person to blame for this. These were systemic issues across multiple organizations, and I think, as you'll see, we will place a lot of the information that you're going to hear on those responsible organizations and hopefully make recommendations so that this never happens again.
Some of those recommendations requiring aircraft to have advanced locator systems that would help avoid collisions. The FAA, by the way, has already made some permanent changes that keep helicopters and planes out of the same airspace around Washington Reagan. All 67 people on board the plane, which was landing from Wichita, and the chopper died in the crash. Meanwhile, new financial data shows signs of a turnaround at Boeing. Today, the company reported fourth quarter revenue of nearly $24 billion. That's its best showing since 2018 and beat Wall Street expectations. Boeing delivered 600 aircraft last year. That's nearly double the year before after dealing with financial and quality control concerns following 2 deadly MAX crashes, as well as the 2024 door plug blowout over Portland. Well, staying in aviation, called the end of an era at Southwest Airlines as it eliminates its long-running open seating policy in favor of, yes, assigned seats. Travelers can pay more to select a seat in advance, including those with extra legroom, or, be assigned one at check-in for free. You can say see you later to the cattle call lineups in Group A, B, or the dreaded C. Passengers will now board in 8 groups based on things like loyalty status, check-in time, and whether they paid more for preferred boarding. Straight ahead on KGW News, can the Winter Olympics survive a warming world? Why athletes are worried about snow and the ability to keep the games going. Plus, Matt's full weather impact forecast, including a look ahead to your weekend, is just minutes out as we take a look this Tuesday at a beautiful view over the Rose City. Stay with us.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yeah.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
Certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on KGW+.
Oh, I get excited every time I see that because we're less than 10 days out from the official start of the Winter Olympics. And with the opening ceremony rapidly approaching, it's not just the athletes making sure to get those final reps in. You're wondering what this is? Well, it's a look inside a rehearsal for the big show at Milan's San Siro Stadium, where classically trained dancers are working to mimic Nordic walkers and figure skaters. Over the next few days, rehearsals will ramp up to 9 hours a day. The theme this year, rather, Harmonia, or harmony. Meanwhile, a recent study found that in 50 years, 2/3 of the places that can host the Winter Olympics today will be too warm for competition. Meteorologist Chase Kane talked with athletes about the future.
Can the Winter Olympics beat the heat? Because of climate change, winter is the fastest warming season, and a growing number of athletes are sounding the alarm, including Olympic gold medalist Lindsey Vonn.
The fact that we have to make snow pretty much everywhere we go, everything has changed. I mean, the glaciers from when I first went to Europe at 9 years old till now it's dirt. There's almost no glacier left.
A Climate Central analysis found that Winter Olympics host cities have warmed nearly 5 degrees in 70 years. In Cortina, it's 6.5 degrees. And that matches the trend across the U.S., where winter is almost 4 degrees hotter than it was in 1970. That means a shorter season, more warm winter days, and fewer places to reliably train and compete.
In the decade that I've been traveling around to the same places, I've seen lots of change. You can see way more of the rock comparatively when it used to be ice. And obviously, that's scary and weird.
The 4 most recent Winter Olympics needed a lot of artificial snow to keep the games going. 4 years ago in Beijing, it was nearly 100% fake snow.
And Milan Cortina expects they'll need to make a lot of snow too, possibly enough to fill 30 Rockefeller Plaza 3.5 times. That requires a lot of energy and water, but long term, even that won't be enough to overcome winter getting warmer and shorter, which is why some athletes are getting louder, like one of USA Snowboarding's newest stars, B. Kim.
And each year we wonder if there'll even be enough snow for us to compete and do what we love.
Taking her voice to the floor of the United Nations.
One, I couldn't watch it happen and not say anything about it. But also, it's crazy to me to think that in the future, none of this could be here for the next generation and for my future kids and grandkids to see. And so that's also why I'm trying to protect it.
Because climate change has quickly shifted from being a future concern to a very real problem today.
We'll all comment on it like, oh, remember, even 3-4 years ago when we'd show up here and there'd be way more snow. So we definitely talk about it. I mean, it's something as skiers, we need the snow. We ski as much as we can. So it's something that you're faced with and you realize that it's really important to your life. So it's definitely something we chat about all the time.
In New York, I'm meteorologist Chase Kane.
Matt, I think about skiing at Whistler Blackcomb on the Blackcomb side, Horseman Glacier, which was there. It was a practice spot in the summer. It's receded. They pulled the T-bar out and no more summer practice. So that's the reality in a lot of spots.
It is. The glaciers have been receding worldwide with a couple of minor exceptions, but for the most part, they've been receding worldwide. And my concern is really for the lower elevation ski areas that will see precipitation, but more rain than snow as the climate continues to change. So we're certainly feeling a season this year in the Northwest that makes everybody think about it because of the lack of snow. Back east, they're going, what? We have plenty of snow, but that's not the case in the West this year. There is the Chehalem Tasting Room Skycam looking out towards the east. It's 41 degrees, and we have seen rain roll into the Willamette Valley. The snow level about 5,000, 4,500 feet right now, so we will get a little bit of snow in the Cascades, an inch or two, but not what we want to see, which is what we saw back in early January. We had like 3 feet in 3 days, right? That's not in the offing anytime soon, unfortunately. But there is some snow falling in the Cascades. We'll take whatever we can get. Made it up to 46 today. Again, below average for a high temperature this time of the year. The low temperatures, though, were also below average by quite a bit. We've had several mornings in a row now below freezing, but mainly because we've had a clear sky and the air is very dry. Over in Pendleton made 37 today. Bend was 48, Medford 50, and 60s and 50s on the Oregon coast. And there have been east winds today, but unless you are in or near the gorge, or at least east of the Portland airport, you probably didn't notice it very much because they really dropped off. I mean, look at this, 60 miles an hour plus up in the windy spots, Crown Point and Corbett. Troutdale, 43 to 53 miles an hour, depending on which side of town you're in. Then you get to the Glen Jackson Bridge, that drops below 30 miles an hour. And a few miles west of that, the Portland airport, only 17 miles an hour. So it's really confined this time to the gorge, and the gorge area is very close to the gorge. Here comes our weather system. It's bringing rain. It's brought clouds. Yay, we're getting that change. But there's not a lot of cold air behind this. In fact, there's warmer air behind this as a warm front comes in tomorrow evening and brings us more steady rain tomorrow night and into Thursday. This is Thursday at 3 o'clock. Notice the south winds. It's going to get gusty at the coast, gets about 35. Then the rain lifts on out. We'll catch a little bit of a break Thursday. A new system coming in Friday, but again, pretty weak. All of these systems are pretty weak. We'll dry out on Saturday. We'll get some rain again on Sunday. A little bit of snow in the Oregon Cascades. And then it dries out again, amazingly enough. I mean, this area of high pressure has been so stubborn. Now the snowfall forecast, pretty pathetic for Oregon, really. A little bit better up in the Washington Cascades, as you can see. Here's the long range, and I keep looking as far out as the models will let me for a sign of a pattern that would bring us more typical cold and wet weather to the northwest. We get wet weather the next few days, but it's fairly mild. Then, as we go into next week, high pressure begins to build in. This is Monday, which is Groundhog Day. Hopefully there'll be some clearing so that the groundhog can see shadow, which would foretell a colder and wetter, stormy end of winter, right, if you want to go down that road. But look at this. This is high pressure late next week over us again. Low pressure down in Southern California. This is a really weird pattern for this time of the year because that actually lifts north. This is similar to what we would see in the summertime sometimes, but this is very unusual for winter, but that's what the models have been indicating for the last several runs. We got rain in Portland finally, at least downtown, 43 degrees. Freezing level is up at 6,900 feet. On the Oregon coast, it will be rainy tomorrow and breezy, gusts of about 45 miles an hour. For the valleys, we've got showers moving in now. We'll have showers tomorrow. Lows will be around 40, certainly above freezing. Same in the Portland area, then highs crack into the 50s tomorrow, and that'll be the pattern for the week ahead. Lows not only in the 40s, but the mid-40s. Highs in the mid-50s. Saturday looks dry and partly sunny and near 60. And then we get showers on Sunday, but we're still in the mid-50s. And next week, as I said, it looks like it's going to begin to dry out yet again.
Okay, a little rain and a beautiful weekend as well.
Have to take advantage.
Thanks, Matt. Straight ahead, she is the most decorated skier in history, but her toughest challenge may have come off the slopes. Up next, a look at the career of Mikaela Shiffrin as she prepares to chase Olympic gold for the 4th time.
The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust on your time. Track how the weather will impact your day.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
Extended, continuous coverage of breaking news live from the scene.
That snowpack is still heavy.
Go deeper with in-depth interviews and exclusive reporting. All the local news you need, live or on demand. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free. On Weather Impact Alert Days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus.
Welcome back. As 232 athletes head to Milan Cortina to represent Team USA, there are perhaps few who dominate their sports like skier Mikaela Shiffrin, with more World Cup victories than any athlete in the history of alpine ski racing. Matt Renew has more in our 10 to watch.
Near Mikaela Way in Avon, Colorado, Mikaela Shiffrin is rebuilding a comeback
Gym time, strength and conditioning portion of the season.
on her terms.
Every year we're kind of reinventing the wheel a little bit.
At 30, Shiffrin has won more Alpine World Cup ski races than any male or female in history, more than 100 and counting.
106!
She has 2 Olympic gold medals, 6 World Championship golds, and while still racing, has been inducted into the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame.
It's certainly a testament to the work that has been done and the journey I've had and my whole team and family and close friends and biggest supporters.
Shiffrin is the GOAT.
Be the best ever.
You know, there was some really great high highs
On a journey that's been anything but easy.
and some really low lows.
At the Olympics in Beijing, Shiffrin raced in 6 events. She didn't medal in any of them. Then came Killington,
Everybody said it was going to happen in Killington.
racing toward her 100th World Cup win.
The more people said that, the more I felt like, I think that's too easy. Like, I don't think the universe is gonna let this go that way.
Mikaela hit a gate, crashed, and felt a stabbing pain in her midsection, a rare injury from being punctured in the fall. Shiffrin's recovery would be difficult, healing her body
I had those like scary PTSD flashes of crashing.
and her mind.
Every time I get in the start gate, whether it's a race or training, I'll have these like flashes, or it's almost like a memory.
This had been more than just a crash, something different, something unlucky, a 1 in a million injury.
And they're called intrusive thoughts, and it's a symptom of, or a signal of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Getting that moment out of her head would take time.
Me proving to myself that more often than not, skiing high-speed GS doesn't end in a puncture wound.
And that time has come. Only 3 months after that Killington crash, Shiffrin won her 100th race.
Untouchable, unreachable, unrepeatable.
An achievement she thinks would have surprised even her late father.
I don't think he would have ever thought that I'd get to 100. I don't even know what he'd say. He'd probably be like, it's time to be done. But I'm not done yet.
Not even close to being done. In front of her home crowd, Shiffrin won her 104th World Cup at Copper Mountain. Once again, flying down mountains in a sport she loves.
The trick that we're all trying to work on is how to dive into that speed and sort of like go headfirst into the vortex.
All leading Shiffrin to her 4th Olympic Games in Italy, racing this time on familiar snow.
Understanding the lay of the land, knowing approximately where your hotel or your house or lodging is going to be.
And back in a familiar place, atop podiums and racing fast at the Olympics, on her terms.
Take a look inward and say like, wow, this is real, this happened, this is now a written part of history. That's a pretty special moment.
With many more to come, we hope. Head first into the vortex, she says. The Winter Games kick off 1 week from Friday with the Olympic opening ceremony in Milan. You can watch the Parade of Nations, the lighting the cauldron, and so much more live only here on NBC and KGW. We'll be right back. We have now issued a weather impact alert.
We could expect conditions in some parts of our area to change drastically pretty soon, right?
And very quickly, yes.
This is significant rainfall coming our way.
You'll definitely want to be extra cautious.
It's certainly becoming increasingly hazardous.
We've got the potential for some tree limbs or even trees or power lines to come down.
Of course, when you hear thunder, it's always best to take cover.
On weather impact alert days, stream extended coverage on KGW Plus. On weather impact alert days, stay informed, prepared, and connected with KGW and KGW Plus. Coverage that alerts you to what's coming and how it will impact you. Watch extended weather coverage on KGW Plus. The KGW Plus TV app, streaming 24/7. Local news from the team you trust. Track how the weather will impact your day. Breaking news live from the scene. All the local news you need. KGW Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We'll stick around for another full hour of local news and weather coming up in just 2 minutes in the View. Let's check out the view from our Salem sky camera. Your top stories coming up right after this.